All right, 50 past the hour. We always go in depth on the tropical update. Jim Cantori. And Jim, one thing we know, if you're in the studio in Atlanta, which you've been with us for weeks, that means it's a quiet season.
I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, my hands are starting to shake a little bit, okay? Because I mean, when I'm in the studio for more than 2 weeks, I need to get out the door. Okay, I need to go somewhere. I need to do something. So,
but nobody out there
I don't. Yeah, it's not that I want to go because I want to bring harm to anybody. It's just because this is what I do. I go out and chase weather.
Right.
So let's talk about what we got. And of course, Crystal, as soon as we say that, we're now minus one invest. 98L is no longer with us. So 2 areas that we're looking at and through here, and actually even another one. All right, I'm not gonna tell you that yet, but I'm going to show you here in just a second. All right, here's an area of interest in the Gulf of Mexico because showers and thunderstorms have been kind of bubbling in through here. You can get some nice flare-ups of convection here off the Yucatan, and if these persist and hold together and move into the Bay of Campeche, which is warm and there's no shear, they can develop. Okay, remember Fernand? That developed just like that. But right now, the upper level winds are kind of strong and through here, and the pressures are a little high, and we don't really have anything consolidated. So really, over the next 5 days, a 20% chance as per NHC. There you go. Showers and thunderstorms just like we saw last night with no organization. All right, sleep tonight. All right, let's see what's going on with 97L. All right, you can look at this thing, and actually, for the first time, we still have, first of all, the data, 1,008 millibars. That's decent. That's a decent pressure. Anything under 1,010 gets my interest. All right, 1,010 or less. Winds at 35 miles per hour, so that's estimated, obviously, until the hurricane hunters get out there. They had a drone aircraft out, which is an unmanned aircraft out here flying around today. And you know what that drone did, Crystal? It went from here, looking at this thing, over into the wave, which is off to the east. So that's interesting, too, this wave. So we'll talk about that.
It's another instrument out there. Know what's going on.
Exactly. Give me that technology to cover a lot of space in a short period of time. You know, they'll be able to drop instruments into there to take measurements, get the atmosphere from 55,000 feet down. It'll be fantastic. All right. So here's Invest 7L, which still is an Invest. So there's a model suite run on it, and most of the models are taking this up, developing it a little bit once it gets north of the islands, but we'll see how much of it is left. Obviously, if it goes a little bit farther west, it goes over some high peaks. Even in Puerto Rico, there's some pretty decent peaks there, but it looks like it's going to go through the pass here.
We don't need any more rain there.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem. That's the biggest threat from Invest 97L to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Dominican Republic. It is simply the fact that we are going to talk about a heavy rain threat. Right now, trades are blowing in out of the northeast on the north side, but really this is the first time we've seen a little bit more concentrated thunderstorm activity in a smaller area. Look at that. That's a wave.
Catching your attention.
That is catching my attention. Because you know why? Because neither one of these are strong enough yet. One or the other could actually take over as being the main player here. Because winds are pretty good in all areas. So again, this wave bubbling, thunderstorms are in and around at least where the air is converging together, and the rains will continue for the islands. Here comes the next wave. Here's the first one heading up toward Puerto Rico. Expect rain there, probably 3 to 5 inches through Sunday, Crystal, to be honest with you, which is the last thing they need. They are 25 inches above average. Flooding obviously is the biggest threat, and sometimes you don't need a tropical system to get flooding. Something may develop in through here simply based on climatology. When storms move to the north of the islands, they actually have a chance to develop. Not much in here, in this little dead zone I call the Caribbean this time of the year.
And speaking of September, September 10th is really a record if we go that long without having a hurricane. The 11th.
We got 8 days. If we go 8 days into September 11, 2002, that was the latest we've gone ever without having a hurricane. And to be honest with you, there's nothing, unless 97L develops, I think we're going to break that record. I really do.
So is there a chance that, Mother Nature's taking a little rest? Things really kick up in, late September,
Here's
October?
the deal. After going through the 2004 hurricane season and watching what appeared to be a switch that just got flipped on, that could be the case. We saw Florida deal with 4 hurricanes in a very short period of time. So I can never say never. But also, too, when you remember the whole hurricane season, we're at halftime. All right? So think about how much football is left to play in 2 quarters.
Nice.
That's what we got.
All right.
All right.
And it's been unusual regardless, but we'll be following it and keeping everybody updated.
I'll be here for a while.
Yeah. Well, we're enjoying it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We should go grab a beer or something.
That's a great idea.
Right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Back to you.